You can also sort of use that as an emergency heal. If you get a level up in the middle of a fight, you can go into the menu where you can't be attacked. And you can use the level up, and you'll go back to full health and stamina and magic. It's handy. Doesn't come into play very often, but you can use it to your advantage when you really want to. These folks are having a lovely conversation.
That dark elf wants to go on ahead and let him. Better than us risking our necks.
What if Arvel doesn't come back? I want my share from that claw.
Just shut it.
What's that? Mercy!
She wants mercy. I don't have time for mercy, so there goes that. I actually feel like we're a tiny bit on the low end here. I think I usually have a slightly better bow for this, because I don't think I usually have to two-shot them. But that's okay. I did get the hunting bow outside. I don't know. Maybe it's just a range of damage and I came up just short. Well. These are all novice ones, which means they're super easy. Eventually, the window for where you can put the lockpick to help it turn is much smaller. This is one of the things I like about both this and Fallout, and it's a thing Bethesda does really well, is they tell stories without having to hold your hand through it. So we got a couple of dead bandits and a bunch of dead skeevers, these rats, that are chilling. And it just tells you that they had to fight their way through here. They killed a bunch of the rats, but not without casualties on their end. And then we snuck up on them and heard the conversation about, oh, well, some other dark elf apparently went in deeper, and we'll learn more about that soon. These burial urns are always a good source of gold and gems, so we're always going to check them out. They're like the antithesis of the barrels that we were talking about earlier. We don't care about foodstuffs, but gold? I'm always in it for gold. Is there anything up here? I don't remember. Looks like no. Again, dead rat. Moving dead rat. This is fine. There's actually going to come a time when I want to take these stupid linen wraps, and that's because I'm going to need them to make armor later on that I can craft myself and become essentially a god. But for the time being, I'm not going to weigh myself down with things that just are not that valuable. I don't know how that missed. Now, in general, we try and move backwards out of hits. But we don't mind taking them sometimes because it does improve our light armor skill. We also typically want to pull back on the bow as far as we can because we get more damage that way. But in a shot like that, where he had basically 1 HP, we're free to just shoot him. So a lot of these places that look like dragon's claws are a specific type of dungeon, and they generally have puzzles that have to do with these things. And we have these 3 different animal symbols, and we're supposed to make them match up here. So we have, on the pillars that are up here, we have snake, and we have fish. So we're going to try and make these match that. Nope. And we're going to pull on this lever and see how we did. Now, if that's wrong, shoots a bunch of, like, poison-tipped arrows out, and you take damage and you feel dumb. But I can imagine people have had trouble with this in the past. It's the first time you see these, you don't really know what they do yet, and this one down here on the floor can be tough to miss, or easy to miss. You know, whatever. Ah, soul gems. I pointed them out in the shop. It's probably worth mentioning what they do. They can hold souls in them, And the main thing I use those for is to... Oh, nice. Sure. Skill books. The main thing I use the soul gems for is to charge weapons with abilities. If you put abilities on armor and necklaces and boots and all that stuff, it's just, you know, like passive abilities. But on your weapons, they have active effects that can run out over time. So later on in the game, we can fill those gems with stuff and use them to our advantage. I'd really like not to get the rat's disease here. Hey, he's retreating. Oh, that would have been cool. Don't ask me how that shot worked. I have no idea. Now, they're also setting the stage here. We saw these spider webs a little bit earlier. Walked through a couple of them. This is not unintentional. They're giving us a clue.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Hot Neil? Bjorn? Celine? I know I ran ahead.
He's calling out for his friends who are dead. But he doesn't know that to his credit. So when we go into this room, some bad things are going to happen. Can't break this just by melee, and we need to get our sword out. Need to get our sword out and use it effectively, I should add. Now, we have a bit of an advantage here. When we go into this room, there's this hole in the ceiling, and this comes out. But it doesn't need to know that we're here.
Get me! Help!
And then when it does, we're just going to go back in here. Now, I can still spit this attack at us, but it can't do anything else from this range. So we just use this to our advantage, and we glitch the poor guy out. This is a viable way to do things. You might say it's an ignoble way to do it, and that's fair. But we don't have a whole lot of options right now, and so we're going to take our wins where we can get them. Also, the spiders are gross. I'm not really grossed out by spiders, but these are giant, and I don't like them. Just like the burial urns, the big ones, also can have good stuff in them. We like that. Now we're detected, which is funny, because there's this dude over here.
Help me out of here!
You can be detected even by non-enemies. It can blow up a chance to sneak attack.
You! Over here! You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
Fine.
Sweet breath of Arcade, thank you.
It's in this loop if you don't do it this way, so we'll just save some time and be like, yeah, sure, I'll cut you down. First, I'm going to cut him down.
It's coming loose. I can feel it. You fool. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
And then I'm going to cut him down. I actually can't make it to him in time. Oh, he's going to turn around and fight, huh? Well, we've made things more interesting over here now. Usually I don't have to chase him this far. I guess I wasn't quite as good this time. In any case, we'll let the Draugr distract him. No, apparently the Draugr doesn't want him. Ah, the Draugr got him anyways. Usually we'd like to sneak up on these Draugr, but can't always get what you want. Still got one more somewhere. Is it this one? Yeah. Oh, he's back up. No, he's not. So that's why we chase after him. He eventually gets killed down here anyways by one mean or another. The Draugr are one way. We'll show you another way here in a minute. But it's more fun if you can do it yourself. I know one time I was doing this, I managed to cut him down as he was turning to run. Because I knew he was going to do it, so I think I was already power attacking. I just didn't want you guys to think I was a murderer. Although to be fair, I am a murderer. So, Arvel the Swift wasn't quite swift enough. Has this golden claw on him. Also has a journal we can take. Now I have to find the secret. We can wander around here, and these other Draugrs that do not come to life, we can usually get gold from them. We shall also be able to find a bow, which will be an improvement over what we have. So if our friend Mr. Swift makes it over here, he can also come over here and hit this switch. Which, is bad. Another viable thing you can do is lure the Draugr over to it and hit them with that. That's legit. So we spend the rest of this dungeon kind of creeping around. It helps our sneak. But if you look up ahead, there's these ones that are a little more well-formed than the other ones. Not just the skeletons, but the Draugr that are wrapped aren't going to come to life. But this one will. Notice that even though we're not getting sneak attacks, this still counts as sneak for us. He has magic, which is annoying. But I have arrows, so that's fine. Actually, swords are improvement. Let's take it. And we'll spend that level up because it'd be nice to be either doing more damage or taking less damage. But let's go set this real quick. We can unfavorite that, favorite that. Yeah, we'll spend it. We did take a little bit of damage, so it's not going to go to waste. Eventually we're going to put some points in stamina as well. We're probably not going to put a ton in magic, to be honest. I'll use it a little bit, but... Now we can take one more point in this, and we will. The next one's 40, though, so it'll beat a while, but when we get to 30, we can go get Eagle Eye, which will be handy. So we come down here and look. More sleepy dudes. And apparently that missed. Yeah, there's always one over here. I always forget about him. Ah, well. Huh. Archer 1. Oh, yeah, put your bow away. Keep your arrows on the side. What a marksman. Hey, there's the ancient Nord bow we want. Alright, moving up in the world. Look at the fun we have ahead of us. Hey. Turn them off. We're mostly doing that in case we need to haul ass and get out of here for some reason. Nothing worse than trying to flee and then running into those and dying. I've seen it happen. Wasn't me. I've had my share of embarrassing deaths in this game, but haven't done that particular trick yet. By the way, he's fine. Don't worry about him. There's other tricks we can do here as well, so we can shoot this guy. And then we don't really need to do this, but we'll do it anyways. You can also use magic to light those up. You don't have to be able to shoot those pots. So you have a couple different ways to do that. And we even have the basic flame spell, so we could do it that way ourselves. But I'm an archer, so I'm going to do it that way. I want to be a cool guy. Yes. Yes. Things are looking up already. Now you can go running around this game with a sword and swinging at stuff and not sneaking. That's perfectly viable too. It's one of the best things about this game is that there's so many viable ways to play it. You can go barehanded if you want to. Equip some good gauntles. So we just step in the room enough to do that, and then we go, hey, go back in your coffin, you jerk. Poor guy's never stood a chance. Alright. No, that's not the one. There we go. Could mine if we picked up a pickaxe around here, but I don't care. Now it's a little early in the game, but eventually they start putting traps on these chests too, so we have to be careful. Disarm them if we don't want to take damage for dumb reasons. We can come out here and we can make this guy's life miserable. Had the kill animation, then we shot it into a rock. Not our best work. Is he gonna come around and figure it out? He's on the radar. It's about to lose us, though. And the nice thing is, keeping an arrow knocked like this does not actually cost us any stamina, just the zoom in does. So we can go around looking like a cool guy. I guess he heard our steps, I don't know. Either way, he's dead. Our goal is to go across, but there's stuff down here, so we should go do that first. Ooh, 1 gold. Boots are 10 to 1, I'm taking them. I don't need them, but can't help myself. Oh. Such a weak shot. But it's enough. Ooh, apprentice. Always two, a master and an apprentice. Alright, done with the first area. Time to load the second. seen all sorts of things in here so far. We've seen tombs, we've seen thieves, we've seen giant spiders, we've seen snowy areas. Haven't seen the coolest stuff yet, though. They're trying to trick you into running into this room. I'm not falling for it. It's just not going down that way. Here he comes. Could also have shot these. Might still do it if this guy wants to come after us. Problem is you don't get credit for shooting him with archery, but it's still fun. Walk into it. It's there. Get the best of both worlds. Whoop. I think I just took a bow, but whatever. It's the early stages. I don't have that much to carry yet. I think as I killed that one at the end there's nobody else up here. More of these up here. Don't need them, but come to this cool looking room. All sorts of glyphs and pictures and giant fairy butterflies on the wall. Can't even really see some of them because it's kind of dark. Admittedly, the first time I played this game, this took me a while to figure out because you come up here and you have this place to activate and you have these three other animals. Butterfly, owl, and bear. But if we go to our items, you don't hit the wrong button. We did pick up this golden claw, which does have 3 talons on it that would go into that hole, but the key is actually on the underside here, and what would be, I guess, the palm. There we see bear, butterfly, owl. Turns out if you hit each one of these twice, alrighty, sneaky, sneaky. Up ahead's a cool room. You can tell the arrow on our compass-like map up there is getting bigger because we're getting close. But as we swing around the corner here, you should be able to see the arrow pop up ahead too. There it is. Nope. Notice our tunnel vision and the weird chanting. We might as well go activate this and stop being weird. This poor guy pops out. He's like, I know somebody activated the thing. What happened? He was running about, and he's having a grand old time. Can he make it to us before he dies? Yes, he can. Got a Fusro Da off. Then he died. Now, it turns out we have that too. We can't do anything with it yet, though. Dragon. This is the kind of thing I hate. 25 weight, no value. Come on, man. Killing me. Even with the enchantment on this, it's not that good. But I suppose we have one that's not enchanted, so we might as well. It is an improvement. And even if we just expend the charges and don't worry about recharging it, some value. Come on. Now, one of the nice things about Skyrim is that it has almost always done very good on the dungeon layouts. And as you'll see here, when we pop back up here, we can hit this handle. And a door will open. And it's going to lead us to the exit. Also over here is a cool shrine and a chest. We could disrupt it, but it looks neat. And I don't want the flowers, so. A lot of times, the end of the dungeon will either take you back outside, where you can quick travel on the world map, or it'll just loop you back to the start of the dungeon to a place that you couldn't access on the way in, but then you jump down a ledge or something, and then it's right back out where you came from. It's kind of neat. So it wants us to go back, turn in the claw that was stolen. We're just going to have a look around, though, because it's pretty. All these spots on the map that are black are places we have not discovered yet, and could. No, yeah, let's go to that cave. Why not? Spirit of adventure. May have not wanted to drop down. A lot of times if you just jump hard enough, you can make it up these things. Sometimes you'll get yourself stuck doing this, but come on. One more jump should do it. Kind of. Yeah. We also have to be careful not to fall too far. Yep, that's why. But what we can do... We have archery 30, we might as well do this. Critical shot's also super nice. Now, this is what we're ultimately going for. We have to max out our archery, but this is just fun. You can also get weapons that have this property. So you can stack the two of them, which is nice. The other thing that we're looking for long term, at least the big stuff, is over in Sneak. Because we can go up the tree on this side, and then we have this, which, we use one-handed weapons sometimes. This, which, I mean, if you're going for, like, you know, a rogue type, this is what you do, but this is what we're here for. Gotta get 40 sneak, though, and we're not there yet. Pretty sure there's a dude outside this place. That's what I'm looking for. I want to shoot him, but either he's gone or I'm misremembering, but Isn't it purty? So this is the thing you can do in this game. You can just wander around the map and then find places and be like, okay, I'm gonna explore it. I have a quest to go turn into. There's quests everywhere. Ain't even worried about that. I mean, it hurt, but... Skeleton. No skeleton. No. Hello, Skelly. The nice thing about the skeletons is the arrows don't stick in them, so you can sometimes get them back. For free! Now the key, if you really just want to wander around this game, is you want to make sure you're not wandering too far from the beginning areas. You can go wherever you want to, but things start to hit harder and have more life and stuff the further away you get from the starting area, so if you're the type that just wants to explore whatever you can find, do so. Please. In fact, the story of this game is only so-so to begin with, so if you have fun wandering about and discovering things, do it. Just know that the further away you go, the dicier it can be sometimes. So that was a trap, by the way. I just want to show this off. Now, we could have disabled it, but I think it's more fun not to sometimes. Depends on the trap. You'll notice I kind of just walked into thunder damage, too, because it's fun. Of course, the problem with that cavalier attitude is sometimes it gets you killed. And I can admit that. They have a skeleton up there, and then there's this dude in a robe, and we're just going to assume he's evil. Damn. He found me. This guy's actually going to hurt quite a bit. Have to be careful with him. I might probably have to take a potion or two here to get this done. Dodge. And he healed. And he's controlling this guy who's in a cage, so he can't really do anything. We can't shoot him because he's in a cage, and even though it looks like there's openings in the cage, there actually aren't. Look at this guy going nuts. Fine. Go nuts. Come see me in 5. He's still very much on edge. Now, what's nice about this is we can actually do the two-hand approach. Really heal it up.
You can't hide from me. Must have scared him off. What was that?
Well, that was dumb. Good news is he went over to look where it was, so... How did that one miss? My word. Did you just do it like a side bunny hop? That's pretty legit. Joke's on you, though. Oh, what happened to you? Sir. Now these mages are a little hard to kill at this part of the game because our health isn't great and our armor's not great and our magic's not great, but look at the rewards they have. This one wasn't even very good. I'm glad I killed him. Yeah, conjuration, that's a thing we're going to use a ton of. Just kidding. Ah, the Arcane Enchanter. This is a thing we will be doing later. We do actually, I think, have one soul gem. Am I tripping? Nope. Oh, no, we have two that have the petty soul in them, but we're not going to worry about this right now. Later on, though, it's going to be super valuable for us. Now, again, just because of the nature of the beginning of this game, we don't have much of a choice but to be as greedy with these arrows as we can be. Because you notice our supply is slowly dwindling. Trying to do our best not to have to use any that we don't need to, but we missed a few in that game with our back and forth dance with the mage. Where'd he go? I don't know if I can shoot through here. Now again, this is the benefit of missing sometimes, is to look in the direction where the arrow hits. That shot probably shouldn't have hit, but we'll take it. But alas. This is why it's good to have a nice sword as a backup, because, you know, in the early parts of the game, arrows hard to come by. Eventually we'll stockpile them. That's why we bought the ones we did from the shop, because, hey, every little bit counts. We'll say the load times seem a bit better, which is nice. Look how majestic it is out here. There was a moose over there too. Let's see if we can shoot him. Just a deer. There he goes. You know what? He's earned the right to live. And the only downside of this has kicked us out on the mountain on the far side of where we were trying to go, but that's okay. Just means we get to go on an adventure. It's a fun way just to increase your archery. I don't even have to kill him to do it. Just that one shot counts. I can shoot him again and get more, but we're not worried about it. And the deer have done nothing to us, so I'm not just going to chase them down. I'm not heartless. It's probably possible to go this way, but let's not. Sometimes you can try your hardest to jump over a place like this, and you get to one spot where you just can't get it to go, and then you have to go down, and you feel bad because you spent so many minutes on it, but you got nothing to show for it. Yeah, I played the Xbox version not too long ago. I just kind of started it up because I had a little bit of time to kill. Oh, right in the mouth. And you can tell just, especially in some of the environmental stuff, you can just see how the trees look better. A lot of the lighting effects are definitely stronger than they were in the original. It's really quite pretty. Now we have kind of a dangerous symbol up here in the minimap type compass thingy. Big tusk things usually means giants. And I think that's a giant standing over there, and that might also be a giant sitting there, although that could be a rock. That certainly is a giant. We don't do a lot of damage to those. There are actually a couple of different ways you can kill them at this level. But, seeing as we're already running a bit low on arrows, we're not going to really worry about engaging them, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to sneak around them and show them. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what sauce. Sauce again, though. Bad dog. No. There we go. Well, it's going to be faster to fast travel this, but I like walking places. Especially in the beginning, because you can discover places along the way, and then you can also fast travel to those. We should probably show off the map at some point, though. So, yes. So there's all sorts of places in here that we have neither heard about nor seen. Down there's Riverwood, that's where we're headed to, and we'll quick travel here in a second. This is White Run, where we're going to for a quest soon. But let's fast travel to save some time. We're going to be going north from Riverwood to go to our next place anyways, so rather than coming down south and filling in the map, we can just do it as we go north if there's anything notable on the way. The weapon away so accidents don't happen, because you can definitely hit the wrong button and shoot a villager and then have a whole town mad at you for some reason.
Don't let my sister do anything foolish. You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. Thank you.
And yes, this is a thing you can do.
Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
I'm a little upset he didn't say that last time when I quoted the line, and then he said his other one, and I'm like, but I can't believe our name is Sneaky. This is not what I wanted.
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Well, anyways. Let's see what he's got. $466, my God. It's a lot right now. We also need to be saving up money because we're going to want to buy a house as soon as we can. That way we can put our stuff in it. Because we don't always want to sell everything. Sometimes we want to buy stuff. No arrows yet, although we haven't been gone for long. Alright, so we'll just sell stuff off, and if we need to buy something, then we'll go ahead and do it, but... Ooh, shiny. Another nice thing is we have picked up some other arrows as a backup, so just because we have only 16 iron arrows doesn't mean that we're in terrible shape. Same stats. I guess we'll compare looks and we'll decide. This is the other reason we do this. One has 53 gold left. That's worth 161, and we have a book or two to spend to sell. Especially these two, because we've already learned them. I also like keeping these books sometimes and putting them in my house. Because, I mean, eventually everybody gets to the point where they don't need money anymore, and we won't be an exception to that. We'll keep the scroll for now. So there's other things that we can do here. If we pull up our quests, we have these miscellaneous ones, and one of them is the continuation of talking to the guy that we helped. If he's outside, I will totally do that. I didn't want to have to go into somebody's house, but I mean, if they're going to be roaming about. You know, I know the title theme for this game is great, and I do like it, but this is my favorite track.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
Hey.
Village. I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Follow me, I need your help. You can take him as a follower. I don't remember even that.
All right.
Huh. We're going to save real quick. Sneaky. God.
Divines, I'll show you what I know.
Because we can actually do this. Yeah. At least take the one to get to the next level. I don't think I want to do any more right now, if only because it's a lot of money and we don't have a ton yet, although we've done a pretty good job hoarding so far, but House in Whiterun's like 6,000 or something? And we have to decorate it, make it look pretty. So I think we'll just stop with the one.
Farewell.
I'm not worried about a companion right now either. Let's see. I think we want the critical hit one. We're just going to OD on damage. More damage means less arrows, means more arrows to shoot, means happy fun time, pretty much. This is also a nice one. Everything in this tree is really nice. There's not a single skill in the archery tree where I'm like, oh. That's the benefit of doing quests, though. They have all sorts of different rewards as potential options, and some of them are money, some of them are knowledge, some of them are further quests.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
All your ingots? Okay. Again, hoarder. Can't help myself. Notice we're not quite friends enough that we can just do anything. Also, boy, that doesn't look very good. Dear boy. Alright.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
I could shoot this dog, but I like animals, so no. Also, that makes the townspeople mad. I can shoot random bunnies around the area, and that's fine, but for some reason I can't just go shooting someone's dog. Man, whenever we get Elder Scrolls 6, imagine how pretty it's going to be. Yeah, when you're that far away, you kind of have to aim a little bit higher. It's not perfect, and it's probably for the best, to be fair. Wouldn't want somebody being an absolute marksman from across the map. So we check out our map. We're going to be heading north. Follow our compass. We're going to make it to Whiterun and then call it quits for this segment. This session. As we look around, I'm looking at the compass for this. There's nothing in black to discover. So there's one that just popped up, a windmill. We're going to stop there on the way. Am I being followed by some bug, or is that just bugs making noise? Yeah. Right idea, wrong direction. Sir. Sir. Come on. Now, we're primarily doing this more, I don't know, linear, because it's nice to have Whiterun available as a base of operation. Even if we can't get the house right away, there's a good follower here, there's a whole bunch of quests, there's all sorts of things to do. And it really is a major hub. Plus, it doesn't hurt to progress the story a little bit, because, you know, we have these, the first of these dragon shouts, and can't do anything with it, and it'd be nice to. In Fallout, discovering these locations is worth experience. That's not the case here, but still, worthwhile just to fill in the map. Give yourself places to go, things to quick travel. They're fighting a giant.
Oh well. Must have run off.
You look strong. Come to your Vasker and be a companion.
Oh, it's Farkas.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, sister.
Speaking of good companion.
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in your Vaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Thank you.
Blood on the wind today. Good hunt ahead of us. My mother was a companion, and her mother, and all the women in my family back to Harati Blackblade. I stayed with my father in the woods until I was old enough for my trial. We hunted everything there was to hunt. Good training. Ma didn't live long enough to see me join. But I fight to honor her and all my shield sisters through time. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
We've looped around. It's fine.
I'll take my leave then.
Can I have your bow and arrows, please? No? Okay. Now we can loot the giant. Oh, we gained an arrow for doing this. Or two. Hell. That's a win already. I don't want to jump, but I have to jump.
Got the fleetest steeds in all of Skyrim.
Yeah, you can have a horse. You can steal a horse. It's really not something I spend a lot of time with, to be honest. It is kind of funny watching the horses freak out sometimes in certain spots. But we'll go ahead and leave that be for now. Again, gotta save money. Going about this a weird way. Howdy-o. Oh, no. Fine. Fine, I'll go around the steps like a regular person. God. So as you can see, even the area outside Whiterun is huge. The city itself is pretty expansive, one of the biggest in the game. And eventually we'll stop messing around and actually go inside of it. But it is awful fun messing around.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Alright, well, let's go for this. Our speech isn't great yet. We've leveled it up once, but let's try it.
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you. They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
Yeah, they'll be ready. Riverwood might not be ready. Like they talked about. They don't exactly have anything that fights back there. And eventually a dragon does show up in that area, and they try. But it's a lot better if you're there to help fight. So here we are. Whiterun.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
So just a random conversation as we walk in here. She's one of my go-tos for selling stuff and buying stuff. She has a couple of my favorite lines in the game, too. That right there is the house we're going to have someday. It's going to be pretty. We'll take a tour of the city next time.
Some more.
Oh, hey, Farkas, you're back.
Need something?
No. You guys do your thing. So yeah, next time we'll resume. There's Ayla. It's the same problem with Chrono Trigger, you know.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
Okay. Yeah, Whiterun. Beautiful city. There's a couple of different mods that actually aim to make this place look even better. They put a lot more plant life in, and it's neat, but even so, just in the remastered version, again, little stuff like the smoke effects look better. The fire looks a little bit more like fire and not just whatever it was in the original. Next time we'll tour the city. We'll start taking on a couple more quests. We'll meet with the Jarl. We'll try not to attack anybody in the city, but sometimes some of these NPCs, man, as much time as I spend here, they get on my nerves. But we'll see if I can tolerate them next time.